Memphis 7 noted how they are still the only store in Memphis, to have unionized, which has to be, at least in part, because of these retaliatory and illegal firings.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
We do have some really, really good news out of Tennessee. Y'all will remember us talking about and talking to some of those baristas, the 7 Memphis baristas who were fired a while back, clearly in retaliation for their union support. Well, the NLRB sought a 10J injunction, which is the quickest way that the NLRB has to remedy workplace retaliation. And that's immediate temporary relief if there is reasonable cause to believe the firings are retaliatory, while a fuller case works its way through the courts. The immediate relief being reinstatement in the case of fired employees. Well, last week, a federal judge in Tennessee granted this relief to the workers, saying that Starbucks has 5 days to reinstate the 7 employees. This is definitely good to see, but it is taking far too long. I told y'all the 10J injunction is the immediate, super quick, speedy way to get this fixed. And how long ago was it that these folks were fired? 4 months? 5 months? Insane. And obviously, the workers testified in the hearings with the federal judge that support for the union was really diminished by this campaign, or by this retaliation against these workers by the company. One of the workers who remained in the shop testified that immediately following the firings, people stopped wearing their union pins in the shop for fear of retaliation themselves. People also stopped talking to folks about the union, unless there was one guy who said, I didn't talk to anybody else until after the election about the union unless I knew for sure that they were a union supporter. And that is exactly the purpose of doing stuff like that, and that was the result. And also, one of the Memphis 7 mentioned that they won their election. The store still won the election, but they mentioned in these hearings that they remain the only union Starbucks location in Memphis. Almost certainly because of this kind of thing, right? So Starbucks says they disagree, of course, and they're going to appeal. We'll see if the appeal is heard. The ruling is out there from Judge Lippman, and I read some of it last night, and it's really methodical. It really goes line by line, so to speak, explaining the law, explaining each side's case, and explaining why the workers' case is stronger. So it seems to me hearing an appeal on this would be strange, but never underestimate the U.S. court's willingness to pummel workers. So we'll see. We'll keep you updated on that for sure. This is a big win for the Starbucks workers' legal case, though, and a big morale boost. Like I said earlier, the Memphis 7 noted how they are still the only store in Memphis, to have unionized, which has to be, at least in part, because of these retaliatory and illegal firings. If they're able to go back into work, they posit, it will help make other workers feel more secure in what are supposed to be their federally protected right to organize, their constitutionally protected right to associate, to freely assemble, to freely associate. And this is also a helpful sign for the more than 70 workers across the country who have been fired in retaliation, including 2 in Scottsboro, right down the road. And they are on strike today because they have not been reinstated yet. This ruling was issued about 3 days ago, I believe. The ruling was issued something like 3 days ago. They haven't been reinstated yet. So the workers that are left went out on strike in support of the Memphis 7, the folks who were fired, and to try to make the company follow the law. Law and order unionism. That's what we're going to call it.
Yeah, I mean, we have a crime wave happening across this country in Starbucks after Starbucks, and it's coming from their corporate headquarters. It's coming from their CEO, Howard Schultz, and it's coming from the various layers of management and union-busting attorneys that they've hired. And, I'd like to see something done about it. The TV people love to get us riled up about crime waves. Here's a crime wave.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.